Hey, what's up guys? Tom here bringing you another video. Today we are not going to be playing Piggy. We're just going to have some footage of Piggy, but we're going to do an analysis. Sylvia, my good friend Sylvia, Bubby Burrito, go sub to her. She did a video on this a little bit ago, and I haven't watched it yet, but I wanted to do my own analysis, because I have different opinions on them. So first of all, at the end of Outpost, we see, by the way, the spoilers for Outpost and pretty much all of Piggy entirely. Now, I've mentioned this a few times with friends, but that was just in a brief conversation. Here I'm going to actually tell you. So, spoilers for Outpost and pretty much the entire Piggy. But I think that, so at the end of Outpost, we see Mr. P as a robot, or like a half cyborg. I think he tried to clone himself, and it ended up not working, or it ended up going really bad. Or whatever. That's, and he tried, cloning himself so he wouldn't get, so he could frame the clone for all that he did. Another thing is that I think that we're gonna see Bunny again. What I hope will happen is Bunny will like come back and get like resurrected or something. A lot of people have been saying that, oh, she's gonna get resurrected and stuff. I think that she might, but keyword but, she might not be the same as she last time we saw her. Last time we saw her was in Metro, and in Metro it's still not clear if she got infected or if she died or if she survived. Also, I don't think Mr. P would try to infect Bunny, because she said that, so at the beginning of school, we get a radio call from Mr. P saying that he's asking us to help, keyword, his friends, Bunny, out of school, because Bunny isn't there when we see him for the first time. No, he's in like this school area, in this area that's only accessed by books, which is really interesting to me, because it's just kind of a weird and quirky fact. But I don't think that even if he does come back, he's not going to come back the way he was. I think we're going to try, our player is going to try and resurrect him, and it will end up not working or something, or like we will resurrect him, it'll just be like infected, and we have to like run away from Bunny, and then later in probably the next map we'll see like this, I don't know, like we can see Bunny like at the end credit scene. Maybe we can be like, it will be like Bunny getting back to normal, and then us, George, and Bunny will go and try and stop Mr. P. Then Mr. P will then, I think he'll end up like actually cloning himself like what I said before, but this time it worked. But the clone is really evil because he, at the end of Outpost, he said, that he, that we're like not real and stuff like that. And maybe there could be like, or maybe he could like Peppa, or we could see Penny, because the community right now is assuming that Penny is Peppa Pig, because she has like the same outfit, the same pretty much everything. And it just honestly makes sense for Peppa to be, you know. But what I think it will happen is we might end up having like Peppa, Mr. P will try to like bring Peppa back because he sees us at the end of Outpost. And we will go in there and George will get super angry or something like that and end up like trying to fuse with, or like become a piggy or of some sorts, and and he'll like end up, I don't know, it's pretty cool, and it's like he'll end up getting super angry, and then he'll like go after Mr. P, but we have to stop him because he might have just confessed to his crimes or something like that. And we'll like try and stop George or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. The analysis could be there. He said that there's going to be a final boss. So what I think is, or people are saying that there's going to be a final boss. I don't think that's what's going to happen. Or maybe there might be a boss. But Minitoon himself said on Twitter that there might be, at the end of chapter 12, he doesn't intend on ending the story right then and right there. No. He plans on having like this entirely, like have a break and see what the community wants. But I think what will happen is we'll end up, so like what I said before, we'll end up like, George will end up doing that and we'll have to stop him, and he'll end up like, and then Mr. P will end up like calling Zizzy and Pony to make sure that they're okay because they were fighting off the soldiers. And they'll be okay and they'll come back and save us and we'll all escape. And George will be left there and he'll like destroy Mr. P's lab. And that's something that I'd like to see, you know, because that's a pretty cool thing. Because he said that it's not gonna be the end of Piggy, like, at all. He said that it's gonna be an entire, he doesn't intend on ending it in chapter 12. He plans on taking a break and then, like, just taking a break and then doing another Piggy. Or whatever he decides to do. A lot of fans want a Piggy 2. I think I agree with that, but only if he adds the older maps into Piggy 2, because Piggy 2, that would just be annoying if we had to go into different games with, especially if we're like trying to play a game with friends and it will like not be... You know what I'm trying to say? It's like if there's a 6-player max in Piggy. And if you have too big of a squad, it's going to be really hard to get into a server that's that unpopulated. And yeah, so if he does make a Piggy 2, which I do support with that, he has to put in the older maps. That's personally what I think. An analysis also is that I hope that at least Zizzy survives, because Zizzy is one of my favorite characters, and also there's something she's one of my favorite characters, and she's a pretty cool character at that. But also, there's something in here that, in Mall, you saw the Piggy with my Piggy footage, and that Robbie, right there, he looks a lot like somebody. In Distorted Memory, first of all, George Piggy never actually went to station. And in Distorted Memory, it's kind of like a combo of station and house. He never went to station. Also, there are 2 items that we have never seen before. The toy dinosaur and the toy robot. There's a skin called Dino Piggy. And back right there, Robbie. Is it a coincidence? I don't think so. So, brain farting on what happened. So, George Piggy, I feel like might be connected to... Okay, I remember where it was now. But where do we find the 2 items? First of all, there's the robot. We find him in a cellar, and on the cellar wall, there is a thing that literally says, "What now, George?" Come on, that's pretty weird, right? But then on Dino, it's a little I might even say it's a little bit weirder, because he is in a jail cell that you can open with the wrench. That's pretty suspicious. So what I think is that George Piggy might have been like a subject of Mr. P's experiment. It's a long shot, but I think it might happen. And you know what's even a longer shot? Is that I think Mr. P's daughter was George's cellmate. I know it's a long shot, and they were both tested on, but I'm assuming that Mr. P's daughter got tested on first. That Mr. P's daughter ended up actually surviving the experiment. Well, no, she didn't. She got tested first, and she got tested on first, and George survived. He ran away after the cell was opened. And the reason why Dino Piggy was in there is because he that was his only toy. I'm not sure if it's a long shot, but it might be true. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you guys like this, or whatever, please consider subscribing and liking this video. If you guys want more analyses, tell me in the comments down below. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.